Hi, good morning, everybody. After making my first few videos, I have been getting a lot of questions about some more analysis, some more insights into PMO world, and that's the reason why I have come up with this video, which is not only a video but also has some artifacts uh, to get you related to whatever I'm trying to say. I hope this video proves to be useful to most of you. Okay, so what I'm going to deal with today is the basics of PMO, and in that, okay, so what do we learn today is what does a PMO do as his day-to-day work deliverables. So the first thing that he does is probably he does a governance of a project or the group of project that he works for. He is into tracking and updating various things that are like tracked, like the milestones are tracked, the deliverables are tracked, what are the achievement, the risks, and issues are tracked. So I'll get into the depth of these topics as we get into a few more videos in coming few days. Then he does something to do with finance. He does reporting. He does compliance. Compliance are the various parameters laid down by a company or an organization to see to it that the governance pattern is well followed. He does planning of the project, and at a very high level, when a PMO reaches a very high level, he also he defines what the portfolio program and the project structure would be like. So just a very brief of something that I got from the internet. If I have to explain you, I will certainly deal with this topic in a few of the more videos to come. Are the kinds of PMOs. I'll just brisk read this one, which are supportive PMOs. Now, supportive PMOs have very low level of control over the projects. They are more of supporting kinds. If a PM or a program manager needs any kind of support for his project, like doing some sort of reporting or supplying with some kind of templates, so these are the PMOs. I mean, generally, I'm not generalizing it, but uh, it has been seen that mostly these kind of PMOs are at the entry level, who are picking up the facts of the PMO trade. Then the controlling PMOs are the ones who has a mid-level of control over the projects, and they provide support and guidelines to the PMs. Now the kind of authority or the capacity that these PMOs have are much more than the supportive kinds. They can dictate the project managers how the governance pattern of the project should be followed. And then the directive PMOs, I mean, these guys actually they run the show of project management. They design that what type of portfolio structure the organization should be following, or what kind of governance structure an organization should be following. Going ahead. um okay, now this is one of the pain points that and certainly one of the reasons one why I was inspired to make this video. So just let me read through it. Now, who can be a PMO? Depending on the type of organization, or the type of industry, or the capabilities a person has to deliver his or to strengthen his roles and responsibilities towards the business, anyone I think can be a PMO. Just to bulletize it, it would be like a person from the MBA college. He can very well opt for a role or for a career in project management office, or a lateral movement. I mean, in fact, I'm one of the best examples. Like when I started my career, I was into recruitment, and I was picked up by this service-based company called Tech Mahindra in a role of support PMO. It was the starting point of my PMO journey, and also a person from the same company who desires to be in a more of a business role, or more of a governance role can opt out for this particular profession. The thing is, the person who moves into this role have to have the flair for understanding the business or understanding the parameters again around which the business rotates, understand the compliance parameters, how finance work, how the reporting happens, and what are the implications of various things that PMO reports. So these, if a person is good at understanding these parameters, he or she would be an fantastic PMO. Taking it a bit more ahead, um, okay, does domain play an important role in PMO function? Okay, so mostly I would say that people might answer this one into a no, but I have answered it in yes. I mean, this is very subjective to who answers and from what perspective he sees to the role of a PMO. But for me, the answer to this question is yes. The role of a PMO definitely depends upon the industry that you are serving, and the domain to which you are serving, like, and the reasons. And let me just also quote the reasons for me saying so. The first thing is the tolerance level of each industry is different. For to quote an example, if you consider a pharmaceutical company, the tolerance level is here is very minimal. In a banking environment, the tolerance level can be a bit more higher than a pharmaceutical industry, because pharmaceutical deals, I mean, something goes wrong, it impacts the lives of a person. And something like FMCG can give you a bit more flexibility in terms of how you deliver your role. Then the governance and the compliance parameter of each and every industry are different. The rules laid down by the government of the country or of the region definitely plays a very important role in deciding in deciding what a PMO in that particular domain would do as a part of his role. The roles also differ on the basis of if it is a product based industry or it is a service based industry, or it's a project based industry. It definitely differs, because when you have a product, you keep on selling out the licenses of the product. So the parameters that probably you want to govern or you want to highlight to your senior management team as a part of PMO reporting, they completely changes depending on these kind of variations. And also it depends if, like, a person is working for a captive, for instance a bank, vis-a-vis a person working for a service industry. How the parameters then you want to take in front of your senior management. I mean, in a service industry, you are more you're more focused on the type of your balance or your profitability. But in captive, you're much more focused on the governance parameters, that because you're working for your own company. So these are the kind of things that definitely plays its role if to decide what a person is going to do as a part of his PMO role, serving various kinds of industries. Okay, now I think for today, that was the topic that I was more inclined to talk about. But what you can expect in times to come? Well, uh, I would be talking about the various kinds of PMO. Yes, I would be describing various PMO functions. So this is going to be very important. So I would request you to, get a subscription done, so that whenever I come up with these videos, you are notified and you can go through those videos. I'm sure which would help you in your career, and my attempt is only to be helpful to the people who really need it. The other things that I would be discussing in the videos to come are how the PMO work for format changes depend on the type of industry. This is very important again, so that in any industry that you target, you would be in a state to decide your career according to that particular industry, and decide if you really want to go for such an industry or not. That's going to be important. The career progression path for a PMO, yes, I would like to deep dive on this topic as well, because I have got many questions from people in my comment section, or even people call me up to discuss this. But many times I really don't get a lot of time to help these people. So I hope if I mean, if I can develop a video on this, it's going to help a lot of people. And finally, what I'm going to discuss in the forthcoming video is how to be successful in terms of being a PMO. With that, I would end the video. If you really liked it, give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you for your time today.